Hi, welcome back to my studio in Idlewild, California, and I'm glad you returned to do some playing with me using gel press and some other exciting materials today. So I'll remind you that I'm an artist, a teacher, and an art therapist, and so we're going to go on a journey and we're going to play, we're going to experiment, we're going to throw our critic out the door, and we're going to be more concerned about the process than the product. And I think this is going to be great fun. Today we're going to use the gel press on a very unusual item that I got excited about trying it, and it worked. So the first thing that I used was I had a 5x7 gel press plate for part of the project, and then I also used the round gel press petite for another part of the product. And I combined that with Pebeo's Porcelain China paints. So one of my first jobs ever was painting on China. So when I found out they had these paints, I was very excited because they're no longer toxic and you don't have to put them in the kiln. We put them in the oven and we bake them for 300 degrees. And we come out with some amazing things that we can use every day. The cups are usable as is. The plates are better served as serving dishes, and it's all food safe. So I tell people that my granddaughter tried using her plate every day for about a month and the china kind of cracked. So it's best to use the plates for serving pieces. So what I was able to create using the combination of the both of them is just beautiful, beautiful pieces of china. And that's one of my mugs. This, you can see I used the round gel press plate, and I'm going to show you how I did that. And then this was the ghost print, and I embellished it with paint as well. And this is the one that I love. This is the plate I did. And I used the leftovers from working with the other pieces and just started putting them on the plate, and it turned out really quite lovely, as you can see. And this is a piece of art in itself, and so are the other pieces. So, and this is the bowl that I was able to create. So I'm going to walk you through the process and see what you do and show you how I did it. And there's not much needed. You need an oven, you need a couple colors of paints, and you need your gel press and your imagination. So let's go play together and make sure you show us what you do. I'll see you in a minute. So welcome back. We're ready to go. Once again, I've chosen my 3 colors, and this time I've chosen tender pink and a yellow, citron yellow, and then this gorgeous blue. And so they're porcelain paints to go on porcelain. I've washed my china in the dishwasher, so I know it's all clean. You can wipe it off with a handy wipe or an alcohol wipe, and that makes sure that the surface is clean and ready to go. I've got my petite gel plate. They come in 3. There's a set of 3 of them, and I've chosen the round because it fits on the cup quite nicely, as you can see. And so that's what I'm going to begin with. So, and then for my plate, I just started using my extra stuff that I've got left over instead of another piece of paper. So let's go. And you can watch me do this. We'll speed it up a bit. And the first thing I'm going to do is I use these outliners. They're Pebeo's Cloisonné outliners. And just make sure your tip works. And I'm just going to, for this piece, which isn't my usual way of working, is I am outlining things. I know that I'm going to lose it when I go to print it. Oh, this is coming out. not so nice, but oh well. Can you see what I'm doing there? Let's see. We can't get this a little closer. So I'm just using this cloisonne, and it's not liking going on the gel print, but that's okay. We're just going to use it anywhere. We're going to say, come on, baby, go on there. And the idea is I'm just doing some floral type shapes, and they're pretty random, as you can see. And I'll just put half of one up here again. So that gel plate is ready to go. I know it's going to get smushy, but we're not going to worry about that. That's part of the beauty of it. I always have a tendency to use too much paint, but with that I get a couple uses out of the plate. One of the things about these paints is they are water soluble, so they're easy to clean up. I'm gonna quickly paint this on before it's starting to dry a little bit. So we're going to take this and we're going to take our cup, and I want it on the side because I'm going to do two sides. Okay, so let's get this over here so we can get this held straight. I'm using the plate to hold it straight. And then I am just going to put my gel plate so it fits around the side of the plate. I want to make sure I get the edges. And it's okay if it goes outside the circle. This is exciting, very exciting. So voila, let's see what we've got. And that's what we've got. So it's really quite beautiful. I think I might take a little bit of blue paint and paint in that middle, but the flower shapes are really lovely. I think I'm really happy with what we did here. And I think that this is really special. That ought to fire up quite nicely. I don't think I could be much happier than with what we've got. And the colors are beautiful. I might go back and put a little embellishment with, I could go back and put a little of the porcelain on the outside of the pinks and put a little bit of a middle dot in the middle of that one. Well, we've got to do threes. But just reminds me of spring and cherry blossoms, and this will all fire up so it looks just like this. Okay, so we got the one side done. So now I still have the back of this. So I'm going to hold this, which is a little precarious here, and we're going to use the remainder of the plate on the back side. So with that, because I'm holding it so you can see it, and I can't put it down because remember I've got paint on the other side of this, Let's see what we've got. Oh, that's really lovely too. You know, that gray is a pewter. This is more, it turned out to be more of an oval shade. I probably will embellish that a little bit with a little bit more yellow, but that's a happy thing. So here's the first side, and here's the second side. For that, you let it set for 24 hours, and then we bake it in the oven. So here's my plate. And for my plate before, I just randomly put what I had left someplace on that plate. Oh, I like that. And let's put it someplace else. And that makes it so my gel, can you see that? It's just beautiful. I got my fingers over there, but that's okay. I think that that's about as good as it's gonna get. So, and that is our first, oh, look at that. So, there we go. So we've got a cup with a gel press print on it. One side's a little softer than the others. It looks like, when I look at the camera, it looks like there's a lot of gray on there. When I see it, it's not so much. I may just take out and put a little bit more yellow in there, but happy camper. So now it's your turn to play. I'm going to bake these in the oven and show you the results. And I'm going to work more on the plate because I'm going to do a second cup for you, and I'm going to do that cup a bit differently. And I have a bowl too, so that's my gel press plate on a piece of china using the porcelain paints and the outliners that Pebeo makes. So, and there's lots of colors. These are just ones I chose. So I'll go bake them and I'll bring them back and show them what they look like. Well, I'm back from baking the china. I like to say that, baking the china. So what you do when you bake your china is you set the temperature for 300 degrees and put the china in cold. As it gradually heats up and reaches the temperature of 300, you set your timer for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, you turn the oven off, open the oven door, and let it cool gradually. That way you're not going to crack the china. So this is what we got after baking the china. This is on here permanently. It can even go in the dishwasher. But I think the most exciting part is the fact that you can create something with your own art and use it on a daily basis. So this is the plate that I used the leftover gel press paint on. And on the next video, I'm going to do something quite spectacular with that in a bit of a different method. So because I was willing to explore, this was something I'd never tried before. The product, I think, turned out quite exciting. So I'm encouraging you to explore and go on a journey and try something a little different. And please share what you do, because it's yours and it's art, and I'm sure it'll be quite wonderful.